Hi Aquarius, welcome to your August 2019 Love Matters reading. I'm SHAE. There will be another reading that will pop up at the end of this video done by KACEE. She has that second perspective that we discuss here on the channel. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of you, whether you're just finding us for the first time or you're returning. We're very thankful for you. Check the description box below. It has all the information on how to book a private reading with one or both of us. So the central energy for our reading is the Two of Wands. We are either making plans, we are making decisions, but we have a ton of choices to make, a ton of decisions to make. And we kind of need to make them very quickly. I almost feel like I don't want to say like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but I can see that there's probably a very even balance of pros and cons that is making it hard to make a decision. So I think what I'm feeling is that we need some clarity and insight as to maybe where our attention needs to go to as far as making a choice. So what I feel from this card is that it needs to be beneficial to our family. It needs to be beneficial to our structure, to our financial independence, to our security. It has to benefit yourself and your immediate people. I feel like if there's too much leaning away from that, whether it's time or resources, that the foundation of that which you hold closest could potentially be at risk for sort of falling apart. There's something that means the world to you that, yeah, this is not just, I feel like this is not just a decision. It's like a huge change. It is like, I almost feel like it's the best thing ever, but it is so going to rock everyone's world that you're maybe wondering if it's worth it, or if I almost feel like can it survive this. But it's extremely important to you. It is a mission. It is something that we almost need to do. It's not even like it's something we want to do. It's something like we feel we're being called to do, and that all of our attention and motivation is constantly headed in that one direction. And like maybe the call is too hard to ignore at this time, so you have to sort of figure it out. So we have the Five of Swords and the Lovers. So this could be at conflict with a partner. It can be a romantic partner. It can be a work situation. This is a general reading, so you will have to apply it to your certain circumstances. So however you're resonating with this, I do feel there's another energy here that you're in conflict with, where I don't know if it's you're going to make a decision that's going to affect them, or they're making a decision that's going to affect you. But this is causing tremendous conflict. But again, there's so much drive behind this action. And I don't feel it's a malicious intent. I feel like, again, it's like a calling. Like, it's not something that you can avoid or they can avoid, because it's something that is just, we're very attracted to it. We're very motivated by it. It is something that moves us deeply. And somebody's fighting conflict with that. Somebody is trying to figure out between themselves and others and who's going to lose the most. Yeah, because there's abandonment and withdrawal here. So, you know, somebody's going to be left behind in this situation. And I'm getting really conflicting energies where I think maybe half of you are going to resonate with you having to make this decision, or this decision, again, being made by somebody else, but it affects you. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. And I note that that's next to the Lovers. So those are both about balance and alignment and sort of getting our priorities in check. So what I'm feeling is that an attention needs to be paid to your priorities, to what is best, again, for your immediate surroundings. If it costs too much, you have to ask yourself if it's worth it, and I feel like very strongly that your decision affects a lot of others, or their decision affects a lot of others. But again, it's like a huge, strong call, but there has to be some balance and some attempt at juggling and managing priorities that obviously have to come first. Our next card is our emotion card. We have Unleash Your Creativity. So this is telling me that the situation is going to need to be dealt with creatively, that there may have to be some sort of solution that is out of the box. It could be that is out of your comfort zone. But there's going to be some sort of creative solution, one that you would not ordinarily think of, or that would not be in your normal realm of your normal repertoire of solutions to problems. And we have self-sabotage. So again, this is being held back. It could be being held back by your fears, being held back by change. You know, whatever the situation is, we need to adjust to what, and kind of recognize if where we are holding ourselves back from, which areas we want to advance in but are being held back, and what are those reasons. And I guess in this case, it's find the valid reasons, not reasons based on fear, not reasons based on comfort zones or out of the norm. Really focus on reasons that do not have intention behind them, or do not have merit or weight in what should normally be considered while making decisions. All right, I'm going to pull our Love Oracle card. We have Be Supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So this is telling you to be considerate of the other person, to understand that this may be just as hard on them as it is on you. And again, I'm feeling that more for the people that feel like maybe the situation is being thrust upon them, where somebody's forcing change on them that they may be resisting. So in this case, it's trying to understand where the person's coming from. Because again, I don't feel there's any malicious intent. I just feel like this person has to do something, absolutely has to, and it's going to either change physically or change, like I feel like it could take the person away for a long time, or it could force a move, like a really long, big move, whether it's out of the country or across the other side of the country, but it's far from what you're used to. And so this is considering the other person. In the other aspect, if you are the person that is asking somebody to understand the change or whatever, you have to place yourself in their shoes and understand how this is out of the blue. This is not what the plan was. You know, this is not how it was supposed to be. Like, they're going to freak, okay? It's going to be a major change, and you have to understand and let them work through it. So I kind of feel like, you know, ripping the Band-Aid off, approaching the conversation is inevitable, but break it up, the conversation, allow the person to digest, to process, remain calm, remain understanding and caring of what they're going through. Yeah, and then we have speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Exactly. This is going to be all about how you word it, all about how your body language, your tone, if you're genuine, if you are respectful, if you are truly bearing your emotions, if you are truly understanding and considering the other person while following your heart, or if you are on the other end, you know, really trying to hear the person that's telling you what they need, what change they need, and that they're including you, and that they wouldn't be including you if they didn't want you involved in some aspect, or that they wanted you to, you know, I feel like a lot of you are sort of like, it's going to be a huge sacrifice, but, you know, if it was handled appropriately and with the proper intention to it, I really feel, you know, positive that the conversation will be fine as long as it's enveloped with love and respect. We have ideas and inspiration. Again, very, very similar to unleash your creativity. There is going to be like I said, somebody's going to have to do something out of the norm. It is going to be out of the box. It is going to be, like, so out of this range of norm that, you know, people are going to be like, did that actually just happen? But there's got to be some different way to approach a solution to this particular issue, and it's going to be something that, again, is not what the norm is. We have spiritual growth. This, again, is very much like the Six of Swords. So this is part of your path or their path. This is something that, again, is calling them, is speaking to them, and Spirit wants you to really understand that this is a spiritual calling. This is not just a fleeting thing. This is something you have to do. This is something they have to do. And it feels like it needs to be honored, and that's what the situation is. So that has to be involved and in focus in all aspects, so that you never lose sight of the fact that this is what is supposed to happen for reasons that you may not understand or know, or may never know. We have Fairy of Fantasy. You have a huge appetite for life, so explore the pathway that is right for you at this time. Exactly. This is about seizing the opportunities that are calling to you, being able to take a risk, take a chance, get out there and explore and figure out what is right for you now. Again, I feel like there is some sort of pull that you have to explore, you have to find, and Spirit is definitely making sure that is really clear, that this is not a malicious thing. This is a calling, this is a pull, and it does have to be honored, and it will elevate you. It will elevate them, you together. It will elevate the relationship. It will elevate your spiritual relationship. I mean, there's so much cause for elevation in this reading, for raising our vibrations, for following our path, for listening to our intuition, for allowing Spirit to guide our next steps. And what you have to do is allow that to happen. These are the messages I've been given by Spirit, and I truly hope that it resonated with you. We hope that you'll like this video and subscribe to our channel. Love and light, and my hopes for a fantastic rest of your day.